Want to deal the highest amount of bleed as a sorcerer, delete anything that gets in our way, destroy them with one shot. Well, today I present to you guys my god tier bleed build as a sorcerer. I'm going to be providing you guys exactly what you need to have in your build to deal over 2,000 in just one single shot, in over 10,000 damage on one single particular shot once we have everything buff. So if you guys like how that sounds, a like is much appreciated. Before I get started, I just want to say thank you for everyone that hits that like button, especially for those that join the Bolt Nation. You guys make everything happen. We got lots of perks coming your way, so if you haven't joined, let's do it, guys. So as a sorcerer, we're going to be dealing the highest bleed damage that any build. I mean, this is probably even better than the Rivers of Blood 10 times more, guys, because not only are we going to be dealing bleed from far away, we don't even need to be close, and we're going to be able to spam this bleed damage over and over. We are going to be buffing this in the following way. We are going to be focusing on one particular staff. This is going to be the Albernoric staff. The only reason why, guys, because you guys know bleed goes with arcane, so this is the only staff that you guys are able to level up as an arcane. And of course, since we are going to be dealing the highest amount of damage, we are going to be setting our arcane at 65. And this is what I want to emphasize, guys. Not all the time. Don't, I know you guys might hear it somewhere else. No, I gotta set it to 80 because that's the highest, that's where it breaks. No, guys, 65 is the sweetest spot. We're going to be dealing the highest bleed damage. Now, as we are using the staff, take a look at it. It's intelligence 10 and arcane 12. So we're going to be raising our arcane to 65, and we are going to be using our intelligence to 38. That is the pretty much sweet spot in which we are going to be able to deal the highest bleed damage because of the staff. Now, it gets even better. We're going to be using the staff of guilty. You know what? I feel so guilty, guys, because we are going to be just using this as a buff. We're just going to be using this to take advantage of boosting our thorn sorcery. That's about it, just for the buff. And then we of course going to be using a Misericordia. This is only just in case anyone gets really close to us. Let me show you here really quick. You guys are seeing how easily I'm able to take care of these guys. And I mean, these guys can hit you. Once they hit you, that's it, you're out. And you guys are able to see how easily I'm able to take care of them. Now, to make this happen, guys, we're going to be using the following. We're going to be using the white mask because we're going to be taking advantage of the bleed. Once it takes effect, we're going to be dealing 10% more. Now, on top of this, we're going to be using the Albert's robe, the Albert's braces, and also the Albert's trousers. All these three different outfits are going to provide you with a 2%, and an additional 2%. So we're going to be using 6 additional percent. Since we are a sorcerer, we are going to be needing to buff our sorcery. We're going to be using the Graven Skull Talisman that's going to give you 4 additional percent. Now, on top of this, we have the Graven Mask Talisman. This one is going to provide you guys with an 8% additional damage to our sorcery. And then we are going to be using the Magic Scorpion Charm, which is going to raise our magic power by 12%, even though we're getting a 10% damage negation, which we have to be careful. But we are going to be using the following to deal a tremendous amount of bleed damage, and that is the Lord's Blood's Exaltation, which is going to be providing us with a 20% once blood. You know what the great thing about this staff? That the bleed progs in the 3rd time you guys hit anything. But the amazing thing is that this thing is so ridiculously fast. Now, of course, since we are using a build that is with arcane, we need to buff our stuff even more to deal an insane god tier level damage, in which is we're going to be using the magic shrouding crack tier, which is going to temporarily boost our magic for 3 additional minutes. You guys are going to be destroying. I'm providing you guys with the most optimized bloody sorcery build that you guys can put it together. You guys are hearing it first, and trust me, if I'm lying, my name it ain't Tron, and this thing is just hits like a truck. And we're going to boost this with the intelligence, not crystal tier, boosting our intelligence by an additional 10 points. And currently I have it at 38. Now, with 10 additional points, you guys are going to be destroying anything. One of the things that this build does, it not only does it deal a high amount of damage, but also is going to be using some of your blood to be able to do that. So each time you guys are going to be doing that. So that is why, guys. So if we take a look at our character status, I want to show you guys a couple of things that you need to do. If you guys have a vigor at 50, mine at 29, endurance at 15, strength at 10, dexterity at 12, intelligence at 38, and faith is going to be 25, arcane 65. So vigor is going to be our second highest, because we need, since we're going to be spamming this and we're going to be using our own blood to deal bloody sorcery damage, then we need to use 29 on mine to be able to use the different type of spells and incantations that we're going to be using in this build. Then I'm gonna explain to you guys the whole sequence that you guys need to have to be able to optimize this and deal the highest bloody sorcery damage that you guys can. Now, strength and dexterity are going to be my lowest. Intelligence is going to be our third highest, because the staff levels up with arcane, which is the reason why we have arcane at 65. Like I said earlier before, arcane is going to be at 65, not at 80 where you might be hearing it everywhere else. No, guys. 65 is the sweet spot. And then if you guys level up your intelligence to deal the highest damage you guys can. At level 160, you guys are going to be destroying. Of course, once you guys are leveling up, make sure you guys level up your intelligence more to be able to have a 1-to-1 arcane and intelligence as your highest. The first spell that we're going to be using in this build is going to be our Briars of Punishment. This is going to be our number one go-to because of the following reason. Look at that. Look how easy this thing, not only does it travel far, but it also deals a crazy amount of damage, and you guys are able to spam this. Just take a look at it. Look at that. Once bleed procs in, that guy is out. Check it out. Look at that. 2980. Very easy, and we are able to spam this spell very, very fast. Then our second one is going to be the Briars of Sin. The reason why this two spells are very OP is because now not only did they get a buff, but also the FP consumption was lower for patch 1.07, which we are going to be able to abuse this spell to be able to deal very high amount of bleed damage as a sorcerer. To buff this, we're going to be using the following. One is going to be the Golden Bow. You guys already know this one will pretty much just level up your offense and defense, and then if you guys want to deal a crazy amount of damage, we're going to be using the Terra Magica. This one will boost any sorcery by an additional 30%, dealing a crazy amount of damage. So let me show you guys the whole entire sequence in which we're going to be able to use this build in. First, we're going to do the Flask. We do Golden Bow. We do Terra Magica. And then we're going to do the Swarm of Flies. And then after that, we're going to do the Briar's Punishment. And we're going to punish this guy really heavy. And you guys are able to see that. Look at that, 3375. And then it procs again. And it just deletes that guy. Really easy, really fast. You guys are able to do this. So final thoughts about this build. It is a different way to play the game, but at the same time, you guys, with the different type of talismans and character status, and on top of that, the spells that I'm providing to you guys with, you guys are going to be dealing a crazy amount of bleed damage right away from the very first hit, and you guys are going to be deleting anything in your way in just in seconds. You guys were able to see how Melina goes down very easy because we're not even getting close to her, and we were able to delete her really fast. Now, make sure you guys are always leveling up your arcane and your intelligence. That will be your highest too. And then on top of that, make sure your vigor is as high. And always with this build, you need to make sure you are not too low on HP, because you might be running the risk of just dying really easy if you're not being careful with keeping up your HP high. There you go, guys. That is how you guys are able to put this together. God tier bleed build, the bloody sorcery for patch 1.07, in which you guys will be dealing crazy amount of bleed damage. Once again, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, and also if you guys made it this far, why not hit that subscription button? We have more Elden Ring, Gotham Knights, and much more video guys coming your way. Once again, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.